Hello student, in this video we'll quickly discuss how to install the Simple Direct Media Layer 3 inside of your code blocks compilers. A lot of people have been requesting this video, and so I will quickly show you how to set up the Simple Direct Media Layer 3 as fast as humanly possible, and hopefully we can get down to coding for an action RPG video game. Alright, so all you have to do is head over to the Simple Direct Media Layer website. You click the Simple Direct Media Layer 3 version 3.210 here, tab button here, which shows you some other examples. If you want to see more examples of SDL3 games, you can refresh the tab here and show you a bunch of games that you probably own at home or have played over the last, so many decades. Simple Direct Media Layers has been used for a multitude of AAA as well as independent game titles since its inception, and hopefully you like a lot of these games and want to make some more content and be a better programmer yourself. But anyway, you click the tab here, and it'll show you the latest version of updates and examples. And you'll need to download, since we're using the Simple Direct Media Layer and we try to install it inside of the code blocks compiler, you'll need to click the SDL.2.10, well, the 64-bit version of that, and you'll need to VC MingGW. If you're using the Visual Studio Code, you need the VC or Visual Studio Community Edition. That's what that's for. There's the Android version if you're using Macintosh. If you're using Linux terminal, you probably you won't have to do this at all. You just type in the commands and press enter, and everything works under control. But anyway, back to you Windows users, which I'm using right now for this example, you'll click File, New, and then we'll head over to the Project tab. Down here, that has versions for SDL2. You're not really concerned about that. You need a console application. You click console application. You click Go. We're selecting the language using the C++ language, even though the Simple Direct Media Layer 3 is natively in C. We'll click Next. We'll name the file. I've named this project already. I called it SDL3. No, Action RPG. I named it there. You click Next, and then you'll get a project file with just a plain old CPP file in it. Alright, called main.cpp. Here I use the example from the SDL example website. That's probably the best alternative to get SDL running. Just use the examples from the book materials, or from the tutorial materials provided by the official distributors. But anyway, once you get that under control, you click Build Options. All right, you click the second button on your mouse, so you have under the project on your workspace area, and click Build Options. And here I'm doing a little different than you may have seen online. I click statically link for GCC and lib SDL.C++. I click here, and I click there. I click those two. I can click the third one if I wanted to, but I didn't do that for this example. And also, what you'll have to do, I have a folder here inside my game engine. I actually copied the MingGW file into my project directories. Also, you'll have to look inside the DLL files from which you download from the official website, and paste the SDL3.dll file into the project directory, which is available there. You'll put it inside of, I made a folder for this. You'll need the MingGW has the search directories, and you'll need the SDL3 for the 64-bit version, and that'll have the DLL file in it. And that was where there's also installed instructions there, which may be different than what I'm showing you, but you can follow along with if you're still having trouble installing Simple Direct Media Layer. But anyway, under search directories, you'll also, what I talked a bit about before, you'll have to find those lib and include folders, which are available in the MingGW folders. You'll click Add, and then you'll press the folder, and it'll open up the MingGW. You'll need to explore through there, and we're using the this corresponds to your compiler. So there's a CMake version of installs that you may see on the web, but this is, to me, is the fastest way I've seen installing it. It also works. This method also works additionally for the additional libraries for Simple Direct Media Layer, which we may install later once you get around to using images and things. An example, you'll need to include the lib file and the include. So you click the lib folder and click select, and then you click OK or whatever, and then it'll show up here, and that's all you'll have to do for that. So And once you put the lib and the include folders, you'll click OK there. Once you have the search directories and you've typed, I didn't type the SDL forward slash, well, that was a forward dash L capital SDL3 .dll file, and I click OK. All right, and then now I should be able to compile and run the program that I installed for the Simple Direct Media Layer. Hopefully this video will be useful to you when you install the Simple Direct Media Layer, and we'll go over this again before I get out of here, so you make sure you got it installed correctly, because there are various CMake version installs, and there's other versions of installing this for the Simple Direct Media Layer that people seem to have trouble with. You install the SDL by going into your build options. You'll go to your search directories. You'll add the lib and include folders. You go to linker settings and type -LSDL3. You copy the project the SDL3 DLL from the SDL3 website into your project directory and put it beside your main executable file for the Simple Direct Media Layer, and you'll paste it there. So if you have the SDL image, mixer, and image and true text font, or whatever it's called, or other headers, so if you had a Vulkan header or something, you do something similar for this too. And then once you paste it there, you should be able to compile and run it, and then your SDL3 should be installed on your system. And that's the fastest way I can think about installing the Simple Direct Media Layer. If you have any other questions, hopefully you can complain, and then we'll see can we alleviate your problems. But for Windows users, this is the fastest way that I've seen. Usually there's those of you who prefer to use the code blocks compilers over the Visual Studio Code or the other intelligent compilers out there on the web.